Click the bell, turn on all notifications, and subscribe for around-the-clock WWE news in real time. The home of the most consistent and dedicated breaking news in WWE, Seanzviewent, is here for you. Like, comment, and share today.
In this episode of the longer, the bigger, the hotter, that's what she said, Seanzviewent Entertainment. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, become a channel member today. You know what to do. Remember to donate in the comment section. You can all now do a super thanks donation in the comment section of the video. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a monumental return for WrestleMania. We're talking about a return for Evolution. We're talking about a lot of different headlines going into WrestleMania now that we are well under 2 weeks away from the Showcase of Immortals. Now, for those of you that didn't watch my last video, go check it out right now. I did a video this morning. This is how it usually goes here on Seanview. I do a morning video, I do an afternoon video, and then I do a night video. And then even some in between. That's why it's so crucial to refresh and set a reminder to check out Seanview hourly for the fastest, hottest, latest, most in-depth, most thorough. Seanview is here for you, just like the intro said. It doesn't just happen to sound good or look good. It happens to be true. Seanview Entertainment comes for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Candice Michelle is waiting for the call to be called up for WWE Evolution pay-per-view extravaganza. Do you want to see the return of Candice Michelle inside a WWE ring once again? We all know Candice Michelle with this, back in the Playboy days. Also, Candice Michelle not only is waiting for a call from WWE, she is also saying that Charlotte Flair's real-life drama with Tiffany Stratton is brilliant for storytelling. But yet, there's some people that thought that it was a train wreck, that it was resembled that of a car crash. Also, ladies and gentlemen, according to those in the know, Kevin Knight felt validated after wrestling Will Ospreay at AEW Dynasty. Also, ladies and gentlemen, 10 years later, a look back at the legacy of WrestleMania 31 and the heist of the century. Yes, the heist of the century. Braun Breaker's epic spear rivals in an epic Raw moment. What did you think about the spear from Braun Breaker on Raw? Some 2 to 3 days later, some 48 hours later, they are still talking about the spear. How the WWE fumbled WrestleMania's biggest dream match of all time. Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. Woo! What you gonna do, brother? And now that would have been high stakes, high reward. It would have been the main event of main events had Hogan and Flair had it out at WrestleMania. But as we all know, the bottom fell out of that one very damn quick. AEW Sky Blue shares a promising recovery update after a severe ankle injury. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we do have breaking incoming news on WrestleMania. It would appear as if at this stage, WWE has now announced, yes, you're hearing this right, WWE has now announced John Cena for SmackDown. Now, John Cena wasn't supposed to be on any more Raws. He wasn't supposed to be on any more SmackDowns. This was a last-minute decision. This was a last-minute call. John Cena will show up on the Blue Brand of SmackDown on the USA Network to have one last confrontation with WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. And you got to wonder, who's going to get the better of the situation? Who is going to have their head up? Who's going to have a head up in the competition on the road to WrestleMania? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also, it would look like there is going to be some 13 to 14 matches on each night of WrestleMania 41. So that's a lot of combined matches. Yes, and guys, this is what's being said in red online. Yes, John Cena will appear on, I stand corrected. John Cena will appear on next week's final SmackDown before WrestleMania 41. WWE announces not one, not two, but 3 more Hall of Fame inductees into the class of 2025 Hall of Fame for the WWE. The names are as follows. WWE has officially announced that Kamala, Ivan Koloff and Dory Funk Sr. will be honored as the 2025 Legacy inductees into the WWE Hall of Fame, recognizing their lasting contributions to the wrestling industry. The contributions. Kamala, known as the Ugandan Giant, left an unforgettable mark on WWE with his fierce presence and wild, unpredictable energy in the ring. Painted in tribal markings and portraying a fearsome warrior, Kamala faced off with iconic names such as Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker. Over time, fans saw a different side of the character, connecting with the gentle personality of the man behind the mask, Jim Harris. WWE described him as a gentle giant whose lovable innocence resonated deeply with the WWE universe. Dory Funk Sr., the patriarch of the legendary Funk family, will be inducted. Obviously, he's no longer with us, just like Kamala, sadly, unfortunately, no longer with us, for his groundbreaking influence both inside and outside of the ring. Ivan Koloff, known as the Russian Bear, also takes his place among WWE's greatest villains in the Hall of Fame. Koloff is perhaps best remembered for one of the most shocking moments in pro wrestling history, ending Bruno Sammartino's 8-year run as the then WWF champion. Yes, that is 3 W's. Remember when it was only 2 W's. So on January 18th, 1971, Koloff defeated Sammartino inside Madison Square Garden, stunning fans and cementing his place in wrestling history. Also, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13's immortal moment. That match is the first ever match going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Also, there's been a lot of question. There's been a lot of lingering doubt. There's been a lot of people that's been consuming people's minds. What is Randy Orton going to do at WrestleMania? Who's he going to face? What's going to be the booking? What's going to be the creative? What is going to be the situation with Randy Orton at WrestleMania? A couple of names were thrown out there. Goldberg, Aleister Black, Rusev. Well, here's another name for you. A shock. You want to talk about a shock. Ladies and gentlemen, a match that we should have got years ago. At WrestleMania, there is strong speculation online that it will be the return of the Animal Batista. Batista returning to the WWE versus Randy Orton. Now, why is this rumor started? Well, because we saw that Batista is in shape. Batista is looking good. Batista right now looks like he could be ready for a match. He could be ready for a return. Batista just looks in fantastic condition, and this has brought a lot of rumors. We just posted a picture online. He's in great shape. The physique's phenomenal. Could it be the return of Batista, Randy Orton at WrestleMania? Now, this is the one-on-one match we were supposed to get at WrestleMania 30, but we all know what happened at WrestleMania 30 when the Yes movement took over the entire industry. And in my opinion, that would be your next best match for Randy Orton and Batista at WrestleMania. It would be better than Rusev. It would be better than Aleister Black. It would be better than all those combined. So when you throw Batista into the mix, that changes the entire landscape of the WrestleMania card. Do you want to see the Animal Batista return at WrestleMania? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. But that certainly is not all, because Seanzviewent fills you in to the greatest, most notable, most successful. For those of you, have you been seeing the Dark Side of the Ring? There's about 2 to 3 episodes already down, already out, already in the tank. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also, we are receiving word that Triple H is comparing the John Cena heel to a classic movie villain. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. WWE NXT forgets its own history with a record-breaking call. Former World Heavyweight Champion, a member of the SmackDown brand, a former Raw star, current SmackDown star on the USA Network. Remember to like, comment, and interact. Damian Priest is set to host the Slayers Only US 2025 concert. Former champion has been added to Stand and Deliver after a surprise NXT return. Carlito, Caribbean Cool, shares funeral services after a devastating spear that he felt from Braun Breaker on Raw. The death of Carlito is not too cool. Your sentiments and opinions on that. Triple H appeared on The Tonight Show. Breaking news on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes says, everything about me is real. I don't have a character. What you see is what you get with the undisputed WWE Champion. There is no smoke and there is no mirrors. Breaking news on Penta. WWE makes you feel like a big superstar. That according to Penta. Penta also saying that the WWE is the best in the world. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Owens' neck surgery has a former WWE star worried. Hope he is not released after surgery. Braun Breaker's girlfriend has jokes after his devastating spear on Monday Night Raw. William Regal contacted about an in-ring return for WrestleMania 41 week. Are we going to get the in-ring return of William Regal? Ricky Saints on Chasing Fulfillment in WWE had the following to say: I want the ball fully. Inside Gunther's mindset ahead of WrestleMania 41. Also, ladies and gentlemen, coming through from the dirt sheets, the websites, the insiders. Drew McIntyre confirms WrestleMania 41 status after his eye injury. Now, there was a lot of rumors and speculation that he was going to be pulled, that he was going to be unable to compete, that Drew McIntyre would not wrestle at WrestleMania 41, but he will indeed wrestle. Alex Hammerstone explains the reason behind his departure from TNA Wrestling. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Hulk Hogan accused of egomaniac behavior after Linda Hogan, I stand corrected, breakdown. Rhea Ripley reveals that Cody Rhodes gets so mad when she beats him in merch sales. Well, the fact that Rhea Ripley is beating Cody Rhodes on occasion in merch sales goes to show you what people think truly about Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes individually. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Candice Michelle calls the personal drama in Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton a genius maneuver. Sky Blue confirms that she's walking again after a devastating ankle injury. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we are receiving word right now. We're receiving word right now that for SummerSlam, not a guarantee, not set in stone, that we could get perhaps the biggest tag team match in WWE history. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee in the biggest tag team match in SummerSlam history. Do you want to see it? Are you for it? Are you against it? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Because remember, if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview. We come through when the lights are absolutely on bright. Tick-tock, tick-tock. We will dance this thing through because I come for you to give you the scoop and to keep you in the know and to keep you updated. Now, what do you think? Do you want to see Batista return? Do you want to see Candice Michelle return? What do you think about the matches at WrestleMania on night 1 and night 2? We're getting up, like I said, between 13 to 14 matches a night. So it's going to be a long, long night if you ask the brash and the brazen. Because if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview. I stay true, old school, to every last one of you. Whether you're for me, against me, agree, disagree, on the fence, still thinking, still strategizing, still planting those seeds. It's all about growing. It's all about morphing. And today and every day that ends in Y, the future is so bright, you gotta wear shades. Subscribe!